Well, welcome back, everyone. You know, maybe lately you've been seeing these beautiful white birds in our area, but why? Well, to explain that is naturalist Marie Walton from the Johnny Appleseed Nature Park. Welcome, Marie.
Thank you so much for having me.
You brought one with you.
I did. I brought a little trumpeter swan. Actually, they're not little at all. They're the biggest swan in the world.
Oh, really?
So they weigh 25 pounds. And they're 6 foot long from their toes to the tips of their beak, and they have 8 to 10 foot wingspan, so they're really big. And in Ohio, we actually have 3 species of swan, and they're all really extreme. So this is the biggest swan in the world, the trumpeter swan, but we also have tundra swans, which look very similar, maybe half the size, and then they have a little bit of yellow on the bill, and they're the swan with the longest migration in the world. And then we also have mute swans, which are the swan with the orange and black beak. And they're usually the swans people think of when they think of a swan, but those are actually an invasive species, and they're known for being the most aggressive swan in the world. So all of our swans are super extreme, and we should talk about them more.
Yeah, we definitely should. And we are.
Yeah. But I want to talk about my favorite of the 3, which is the trumpeter swan. And these are swans that their native habitat is wetlands. They're going to be eating water plants, the roots and the seeds. They have an iconic voice. I really love their sound. It really sounds like a little toy trumpet playing. And they have captured the hearts and minds of people for generations. So I brought a book called The Trumpet of the Swan, written by E.B. White. So it's the same person who wrote Charlotte's Web. And it's a story about a trumpeter swan who is born without a voice, and he learns how to speak to other trumpeter swans using an actual trumpet. So it's really cute. And these swans actually have a really interesting history. So they became extinct in Ohio in the 1700s, extirpated from the state, but Ohio has made a real effort to bring them back. So in 1996, the Ohio Division of Wildlife decided to see if we could return them to just one wetland, just one lake here in Ohio, and it worked. So then in 2010, the Swan Management Plan, the idea was to get 40 breeding pairs back into 15 counties in the state. And they did a tally of the trumpeter swans in Ohio last year in 2023, and what they found was 150 breeding pairs in 26 counties. So they're thriving. And the reason that they became extirpated from Ohio in the first place was because of overhunting, as well as destruction of their natural habitat, which is wetlands. But now we have the Migratory Bird Act to protect them from poaching, and we're working hard to return wetlands to Ohio through things like the H2 Ohio grant or grants from the Nature Conservancy. And at Johnny Appleseed Metro Parks, we have some wetlands coming soon as well. So at Kendrick Woods, we have
very
a wetland.
exciting about their exciting news.
Yes, and at Mater, we also have a wetland coming thanks to the generous grants from those organizations. And so in the next year or coming years, you may see some of these beautiful animals right in our parks, right in your own backyard.
All right.
The biggest swan in the world right here in Allen County.
Right here in Allen County. That's exciting news.
It is.
Yeah, and they are beautiful too, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
They're so majestic.
All right.
And I really think right now is like the best time to be alive, one of the most important times to be alive, because we have time to make a difference for the animals, for the environment, and for the people who live here now and in future generations as well.
All right. Well, Marie, thank you for coming out today. Can I borrow your book?
Yes,
All
please.
right, the Swan Song. All right. Well, don't go away because we have Born to Return.